Ethan Carter returned home for his 40th birthday, expecting a surprise from his family. The house was dark, empty, with no hint of celebration. Opening Instagram, he saw a blow. His wife Claire, daughter Avery, son Logan, and father-in-law Rick were laughing on the beach without him. Logan's caption was cutting. "He won't even notice we're gone. LOL." This was not forgotten. It was planned. The betrayal lit a fire in Ethan. It was time to get his dignity back. I've never been the guy who expects the world to pause just for me. At 40, life's been steady enough. I'm a construction supervisor, up before dawn, home after dusk, hands callous from years of swinging hammers and signing permits. The job pays for a decent house in a quiet suburb, a pickup truck that's more reliable than flashy, and a family I thought had my back. Claire, my wife of 18 years, still has that laugh that caught me back in college. Avery, our 19-year-old daughter, is all heart, always sketching in her notebook. Logan, our 21-year-old son, is cocky but sharp, crashing at home between jobs. We're not perfect, but we're us. Or so I thought. For weeks, Claire's been dropping hints about something big. Over coffee, she'd lean in, her hazel eyes glinting, and say, "Just wait, Ethan. You're gonna love it." I'd catch her grinning at me, like she was holding a secret she couldn't wait to share. Avery started asking random questions like, "Dad, you still in a chocolate cake?" Logan, who usually doesn't care about my schedule, checked when I'd be off work. "You free March 29th, right?" he asked, casual but deliberate. My hours are brutal, sunup to sundown, managing crews and deadlines, but their little nudges got under my skin. I started picturing something. A surprise party, maybe. A backyard barbecue with burgers and music. Nothing fancy, just them showing they care. I let myself hope, a quiet spark flickering in my chest as my birthday crept closer. March 29th, 2025, rolls around, and I'm beat from 10-hour shift. The sun's dipping low, painting the sky orange as I pull my truck into the driveway. My heart's thumping a little faster than usual, like a kid expecting a gift. I sit there for a second, gripping the steering wheel, telling myself not to get too excited. Construction dust clings to my jacket, my boots scuffed from the sight. I grab my lunchbox, step out, and head to the front door, the familiar creak of the porch under my feet. I turn the key, push the door open, and stop cold. The house is dark, silent, empty. No warm glow from the kitchen, no clatter of plates, no voices calling out. The living room stretches out, bare as always, but tonight it feels wrong. No balloons, no happy birthday banner, no sign of life. I flick on the light, half expecting Claire or the kids to jump out, yelling surprise. But the bulb just hums, illuminating nothing but the truth. The couch sits there, same as ever. The TV's off. The kitchen counter's clean, no cake, no mess, no anything. My lunchbox hits the table with a dull thud, the sound swallowed by the quiet. What's wrong with me? The thought creeps in uninvited. I check my phone, thumbs swiping the screen. No texts, no missed calls, just a lock screen of me and Claire from last summer, smiling at some friends' cookout. I walk through the house, boots leaving faint dirt trails. Upstairs, Avery's room is tidy, her lavender spray lingering, but her backpack's gone. Logan's sneakers aren't by the door. Claire's purse, always on the hall table, is missing. I check the garage. Her sedan's not there. My stomach twists, a heavy, sour knot forming. They're just late, I tell myself. They'll pull in any minute, headlights flashing, full of excuses, but the clock ticks louder, each second chipping away at that dumb hope. I sink onto the couch, still in my jacket, and grab a beer from the fridge. The cap pops off, the hiss loud in the stillness. I take a sip, the bitter taste doing nothing for the ache starting to spread. They wouldn't forget, would they? I try to picture them stuck in traffic, or maybe they're setting up somewhere else, a restaurant, a friend's place. But the house stays quiet, and that silence tells me something I don't want to hear. I set the beer down, my hand unsteady, and stare at the blank TV, my reflection staring back. Tired eyes, a few grays in my beard, a guy who thought he mattered. 40 years old, and this is it. An empty house, a warm beer, and a family that's nowhere to be found. I don't move. Not yet. I'll wait a little longer, just in case. But that spark I carry home? It's fading fast, snuffed out by the dark, quiet truth of my birthday night. The house stays dark, the silence pressing in like a weight on my chest. I'm still on the couch, the beer warm in my hand, staring at the blank TV. My phone sits on the coffee table, mocking me with its black screen. I've checked it a dozen times, Nothing. No texts, no calls, no. Hey, Ethan, we're running late. The clock reads 8:17 p.m., March 29th, 2025, my 40th birthday, and my family's gone. Claire, Avery, Logan, poof. Vanished. I rub my eyes, trying to shake the ache spreading through me, but it's no use. They didn't forget, I tell myself. Something's wrong. But deep down, I know better. I grab my phone again, more out of habit than hope, and open Instagram. I don't scroll much, too many ads, too many fake smiles, but something pulls me in, and there it is like a punch to the gut. A photo of Claire, Avery, Logan, and Claire's parents, Rick and Susan, grinning on a white sand beach. Waves crash behind them, the sun setting in a golden haze. Claire's holding a cocktail, sunglasses pushed up, laughing like she hasn't a care. Avery's splashing in the water, hair wild and wet. Logan's shirtless, smirking, a beer in hand. Rick and Susan lounge in chairs, looking smug as ever. I blink, my throat tightening, and read Logan's caption. Asterisk, he won't even notice we're gone, lol. Asterisk, my own son. I read it again, then a third time, the words burning into me. They're at some fancy resort, and they think it's funny I'm here, alone. My hands shake as I scroll. Avery's story shows her sipping a drink with a tiny umbrella, tagged at Paradise Cove Resort. Claire's posted a selfie with Susan, captioned, Asterisk, family time is the best time. Asterisk, family time. Without me. I drop the phone like it's hot, my chest so tight I can barely breathe. They planned this, not a last-minute trip, not an accident. They packed bags, booked flights, and left me behind, laughing like I'm some joke. I stand, pacing the living room, my boots scuffing the hardwood. You won't even notice? I notice. Every second of it. I grab a bottle of whiskey from the kitchen cabinet, the good stuff Claire gave me for Christmas, and pour a glass, no ice, no mixer. The burn slides down my throat, matching the fire in my gut. I'm not drunk, just sharp, the fog of hope gone. I sit at the table, open my laptop, and start digging. First, I save their posts, Claire's selfies, Avery's videos, Logan's smug caption. Timestamps show they've been gone at least 2 days. Then I pull up our joint bank account. I handle the bills, so I know where to look. My stomach drops at a $3,800 cash withdrawal, dated 3 days ago. Sneaky, no card trail. I think of the $3,800 I gave Logan last month for his apartment deposit. He'd hug me, said, thanks, Dad. You're the best. Now I see it. My money funded their getaway. I keep digging, my fingers flying. Small charges pop up. Gas near the airport, a coffee shop. But nothing explains a resort trip. Then I remember Claire's emergency credit card, the one she said was for car repairs. She keeps the statements in our bedroom, tucked under old tax files. I head upstairs, the whiskey buzzing in my veins, and yank open the drawer. The envelopes are there, unopened, like she knew I'd never check. I rip one open, dated last month, and scan the charges. $1,200 at spa, $800 at a boutique I've never heard of, $450 for lunch with Susan. Month after month, it's the same. Thousands racked up on a secret life. The latest statement shows $1,500 at Paradise Cove Resort, plus $200 in extras. Total over a year, $92,000. My hands shake, not from the whiskey, but from the weight of it. This isn't just a trip. It's a betrayal built on lies I was too trusting to see. I slump back, staring at the papers scattered on the bed. They didn't forget. That's what cuts deepest. They planned to ditch me, to sip cocktails and laugh while I sat here, clueless. I picture them at the airport, Claire saying, Ethan's fine. He's always working. Logan chuckling as he typed that caption. Avery going along, her silence as bad as the rest. I take another sip, slower, letting it sit on my tongue. The house feels bigger, the silence louder. I'm not the guy who yells or smashes things. That's not me. But I'm done being invisible. I grab a notebook and start writing dates, amounts, screenshots. Every dollar they spent, every lie they told. Ethan Carter, the guy who clocks in early, pays the mortgage, fixes the leaks, isn't a shadow anymore. They thought I wouldn't care. They thought I'd shrug and move on. They're wrong. I pour another glass, the fire in me growing, steady and cold. Tonight, I'll sit with this. Tomorrow, they'll see who I really am. 3 days after my 40th birthday. I'm in the living room, the TV droning some game show I'm not watching. My phone's been buzzing since yesterday. 49 messages from Claire, Avery, and Logan, piling up like a debt they can't pay. Claire's text read, Ethan, Where are you? Like I'm the one who vanished. Avery's voice note is shaky. Dad, please just say you're okay. Logan's casual, yo, Dad, you good? I haven't answered. Their words feel like panic, not remorse, and I'm not ready to let them off the hook. The house is still, the afternoon sun slanting through the blinds, when the doorbell cuts through the quiet, sharp, insistent, demanding. I stand, my boots heavy on the hardwood, and open the door. There they are, Claire, Avery, Logan, and Claire's parents, Rick and Susan, crowded on the porch like a bad family photo. Claire's clutching a shiny gift bag, her smile tight, forced. Avery's picking at her nails, eyes down. Logan's staring at his sneakers, hands in his pockets. Rick's arms are crossed, Susan's lips pursed, both radiating entitlement. I lean against the doorframe, saying nothing, letting the silence stretch. Claire shifts, the bag crinkling. Ethan, we're back, she says, voice too bright. I got you something for your birthday. I glance at the bag. Probably some overpriced watch she thinks will fix this. I don't take it. Instead, I pull out my phone and open Instagram. Logan's post glows on the screen. Asterisk. He won't even notice we're gone, lol. Asterisk. I hold it up, turning it so they can see. The air shifts, heavy and sharp. Claire's smile vanishes. Avery's head snaps up, eyes wide. Logan mutters something under his breath. Rick clears his throat, but I don't let him start. You're not welcome here, I say, my voice low, cutting through the tension. I nod at Rick and Susan. You two stay out. Rick blinks, mouth opening, then closing. Susan steps forward, voice sharp. Ethan, that's uncalled for. I don't flinch. I said what I said. You don't walk in here after this. I nod at the phone, then step aside, holding the door just enough for Claire and the kids. You three inside. Claire hesitates, glancing at her parents, but I don't budge. Rick huffs, turning to Susan, but she just glares, hands on hips. After a long second, Claire nods at Avery and Logan, and they shuffle past me. I shut the door, leaving Rick and Susan's shadows on the porch. Inside, the living room feels smaller, the air thick. Avery sits on the couch's edge, knees bouncing. Logan leans against the wall, arms crossed, avoiding my eyes. Claire stands in the middle, still gripping that gift bag like it's a shield. I walk past her, set my phone on the coffee table, and turn to face them. How was the beach? I ask, hands in my pockets. Claire flinches, her mouth opening, then closing. Avery looks like she might cry, fingers twisting. Logan mumbles, it was fine. I nod. Fine. Good to know. I grab a folder from the kitchen counter, the one I've been filling with evidence. Bank statements, screenshots, Claire's secret credit card charges. It hits the table with a thud, making Avery jump. I open it, spreading out the papers. $3, $800 withdrawn from our savings. I say, pointing. $92,000 racked up on a card I didn't know about. Resort charges, dated my birthday. I tap Logan's post. You think this is funny? Leaving me here while you're sipping drinks. Claire leans forward, hands clasped. Ethan, it wasn't like that. We were going to surprise you later. It got out of hand. Her words sound rehearsed, hollow. I flip to a screenshot of her text to Susan, found on her old phone in the closet. Asterisk, he'll be fine, Mom. Let's just go. Asterisk, I hold it up, watching her face pale. This doesn't look like a surprise, I say. This looks like you ditched me. Logan pipes up, voice rough. Dad, it was just a dumb post. I didn't mean it like that. I turn to him, eyes narrowing. You wrote it, Logan. You laughed. Took my money, the $3,800 I gave you for your apartment, and spent it on this. He looks away, shoulders slumping, no comeback. Avery starts crying, soft sobs that hit me hard. She's my little girl, always climbing into my lap when she was scared. Dad, she says, voice breaking. It was supposed to be for you too. We were all going to go. But Grandpa said, she trails off, wiping her eyes. I lean in, hands flat on the table. Said what, Avery? She swallows, glancing at Claire, who won't meet my gaze. He said you bring down the vibe, that you're too serious, and it'd be more fun without you. The words land like a hammer, cracking something inside me. I straighten, looking at Claire. Is that true? She stares at the table, fingers twisting. Ethan, it wasn't my idea, she says, voice small. Dad kept pushing, and I didn't know how to say no. I let out a dry laugh, shaking my head. You didn't know how to say no to Rick, but you knew how to say no to me. To take our money and leave me out. I closed the folder, the snap loud in the quiet. I've worked my ass off for this family. For you, for the kids. And this is what I get. You let Rick decide I'm not worth it. Avery reaches for my hand, her fingers cold. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't want this. I see the truth in her eyes, but it doesn't erase the hurt. Logan mumbles something like sorry, but he won't look at me. Claire steps closer. Ethan, we can fix this. Please. I step back. Fix it? You don't fix what you broke on purpose. The room goes still, just Avery's sniffles and the faint hum of the fridge. They're here, but this house isn't theirs anymore. It's mine, and I'm done being the guy they can leave behind. The kitchen showdown left a mark, like a storm that's passed, but left debris scattered. I didn't sleep much that night, the house too quiet, the folder of evidence still on the table. Claire moved to the guest room without a word, her footsteps heavy on the stairs. Avery lingered, her eyes red, before heading to bed. Logan slunk to his old room, silent. I sat on the couch, staring at the ceiling, replaying Avery's words. Grandpa said you'd bring down the vibe. The betrayal stung, but I wasn't broken. Not yet. I laid it all out. $92,000 in secret charges, Logan's cruel Instagram post, Claire's texts, and I wasn't backing down. The next morning, I'm up early, the sun barely creeping through the blinds. Coffee in hand, I open my laptop and start making changes. I set up a new bank account, just in my name, transferring half our savings, enough for 3 months of mortgage and utilities. Claire can figure out the rest. I cancel her secret credit card, the one racking up $1,500 resort bills, and set up direct payments for Avery's college tuition, no middleman. My hands move fast, each click a line in the sand. I'm not kicking them out, but things are different now. Claire comes downstairs around 8, hair messy, eyes puffy. Ethan, what are you doing? She asks, voice shaky. I don't look up, making sure I'm not invisible anymore. She sinks into a chair, but I keep going. You're in the guest room. Separate accounts. You pay half the bills. Avery's tuition is covered, that's it. Her face crumples, but I grab my keys and head to the garage, leaving her there. At the hardware store, I buy new deadbolts, heavy ones, and spend the morning installing them. The drill's buzz drowns out the noise in my head. Logan comes down as I finish the back door, hair sticking up, still in yesterday's clothes. Dad, what's with the locks? He asks, rubbing his eyes. I tighten the last screw, brushing sawdust off my jeans. It's my house, too. You want in? Knock. You want to stay? Act like it. He frowns but doesn't argue, shuffling back upstairs. Avery's different. She finds me later on the porch, testing the new key. Dad, she says, voice small, I don't want you to hate me. I stop, looking at her, my little girl caught in this mess. I don't hate you. I say, softer than I meant. But I can't trust you yet. Show me you mean it. She nods, hugging her knees, and sits there while I work. Her presence, quiet but steady, feels like a lifeline. Claire tries again that afternoon, following me to the living room. This isn't you, Ethan. Locks, splitting accounts, it's not fair. I turn to her, hands in my pockets. Fair? You took our money, left me here, let Rick call me a downer. That's not fair. This is me surviving. She flinches, tears welling, but I don't soften. Logan storms out then, grabbing his jacket. This is bullshit, Dad, he snaps, slamming the door. I don't chase him. He'll figure it out, or he won't. But Avery stays, hovering near me, bringing me a screwdriver, making coffee. She doesn't say much, but she's there, and that's something. A week later, trouble brews again. I'm in the garage, tinkering with my truck's oil filter, when Rick's SUV pulls into the driveway. He climbs out, face red, fuming. Susan stays in the passenger seat, glaring. I wipe my hands on a rag and step out, leaning against the garage door. Rick marches up, voice loud enough to wake the neighbors. Ethan, what the hell are you doing? Locking Claire out, cutting her off? You're destroying this family. I don't flinch. Destroying it? That started when you took them to a resort and left me behind. He waves a hand. That was a break. You're blowing this out of proportion. I step closer, eyes locked on his. A break? How much did it cost, Rick? He shrugs. I don't know, $7,500. I nod. I put $25,000 into Avery's education last year. What have you done for her future? His mouth shuts, face redder. Susan gets out, heels clicking. Ethan, you're being ridiculous. Claire's a wreck because of you. I cut her off. She's a wreck because she got caught. Go home. This isn't your fight. They storm off, tires squealing, and I watch them go, rag clenched in my fist. That night, Mike, my buddy from work, calls. He saw Claire's Facebook post. Asterisk. Abel, sometimes people change. Not for the better. Midlife, it's hard. Asterisk, she's full of it, Mike says. We know you, man. You don't flip out for nothing. I thank him, feeling a weight lift. Avery curls up next to me later, mug of tea in hand. Dad, I don't care what Mom says. You're not wrong. I put an arm around her, her warmth grounding me. Logan's been a ghost since he left, but a few days later, my phone rings at the construction site. It's him. Dad, I'm in a jam. Rent's due, and I'm short. Can you help? I pause, sandwich in hand, dust on my boots. Come by tonight. We'll figure it out. He shows up, looking rough, and we go through his bills, make a spreadsheet. I give him $600 for my new account, but he writes it down. You owe me, I say. Not because I'm mad, but so you learn. He nods, and I notice his Instagram's gone. No posts, no profile. He asked to come by Sundays just to hang. Yeah, I say, feeling a shift. Avery's quiet loyalty, Mike's call, Logan's first steps back. They're enough to keep me going. I'm not alone, and that's enough for now. That a month after my 40th birthday, I wake to a house that's quiet but not empty. It's a Saturday, the sun's slipping through the blinds, casting soft gold across the living room. I'm on the couch, a blanket tangled around my legs from falling asleep mid-movie. My coffee mug sits cold on the table, next to my phone, which buzzes with a new email. I roll my eyes, stretch, and pick it up. It's from my divorce lawyer, short and to the point. Claire's attorney has reached out, paperwork moving forward, no fight, no drama. I set the phone down and lean back, letting it sink in. It's not a shock. Claire and I haven't been together since she came back. Not really. The guest room, separate accounts, our clip conversations, it was all leading here. I don't feel sad, though. I feel clear, like I can see myself again. Not just the guy who pays bills or fixes leaks, but Ethan Carter, a man who made it through the mess. I get up, brew fresh coffee, and stand by the kitchen window, watching the street wake up. Kids ride bikes. A neighbor waves as he mows his lawn. My truck sits in the driveway, dusty but solid, like me. I think back to that night a month ago. The dark house, the whiskey, Logan's Instagram post that started it all. Asterisk, he won't even notice we're gone. LOL. Asterisk, it feels distant now, like it happened to someone else. I've changed since then, not in a loud way, but deep in my bones. I open my laptop and log into Facebook. My status still says married. It doesn't fit anymore. I click edit, fingers hovering, then type. It's complicated. I hit save, watch it update, and sit back. It's not a big statement. No one needs the details, but it's true. Life's messy. Family leaves scars. Some you see, some you don't. I scroll through my feed and spot a picture Avery posted last night. It's us in the garage, me holding a wrench, her laughing, captioned, asterisk best dad ever. Asterisk a real smile tugs at my lips, the kind that warms you inside. Logan texted earlier, saying he'll be by tomorrow with coffee, like he's been doing every Sunday. They're still here, my kids, picking up the pieces with me. Claire's upstairs, probably packing more of her stuff. She's been moving out bit by bit. No fuss, just quiet steps away. I don't stop her. She made her choice long before the divorce papers, and I've made mine. I walk outside, the air cool on my face, and sit on the porch steps. The neighborhood hums, alive, normal, and I feel part of it again, not stuck, not invisible. I think about the last month. Rick's yelling in the driveway, Claire's Facebook post painting me as the bad guy, the way Avery and Logan came back, slow but sure. It wasn't easy, but it was mine. My phone buzzes again, a text from Mike, my work buddy. Saw the status. You good, man? I type back, yeah, better than good. He sends a thumbs up, and I put the phone down, looking out at the street. Avery's been my rock, sticking close after classes, her loyalty clear in the way she lingers. One night, she hugged me tight, whispering, I'm glad you're my dad. It hit hard, a crack of light in the dark. Logan Sundays are routine now. Him showing up with coffee, us working on his budget, or just talking. He doesn't say much about the trip, but I see the guilt in his eyes, simmering under his tough act. He deleted his Instagram, a quiet apology I didn't need to hear out loud. Claire's still a puzzle. Some days, she tries nostalgia, talking about when we met, laughing over cheap pizza. Other days, she blames me, saying I pushed her away with the locks and accounts. I don't bite. You pushed first, I say, and she goes quiet, retreating to the guest room. I'm not holding my breath for her change. She likes her story, the one where I'm the problem, too much. But I don't need her to see me anymore. I bet he says me. Logan's starting too. Even my crew at work noticed. One guy said last week, you seem lighter, Carter. I am. The weight of being invisible, of carrying them all without them knowing, is gone. I let it go, piece by piece, and built something new. The divorce isn't a loss. It's a door closing, so I can open another. I stand, brush off my jeans, and head inside. The house smells like coffee, like home. I grab my mug, take a long sip, and look around. I didn't need balloons or a cake. I didn't need Claire's gift bag or Rick's approval. Being seen by my kids, my friends, and most of all by myself is the gift I claimed. 40 wasn't the milestone I expected. No party, no big bash. But it gave me clarity. I'm not the guy they forgot. I'm the one who stood up, who claimed his place. Avery's picture, Logan's texts, Mike's check-ins, they're proof I'm not alone. I set the mug down and stepped back outside, the sun warm on my face. 40 was a year I took back, and that's enough.